Hi Leo, welcome to your 2020, your new 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. So my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to the new year. Did you set New Year's resolutions? Have you got decade dedications? That's what I'm calling them, and it feels good to me. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you haven't yet, Tribal Tuesday is back, goes live in February. If you want to get your space, check out the link in the description box below. Mindset Magic is a new course that I'm offering, and that comes in comes on the 1st of March. If you want to get your space, spaces are very limited for these, just 12 a piece. So if you want to be on that, please check out the links in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path, or should I say us, to our highest vibrational good. So, new layout this week. Let me know if you love it or you loathe it. You know I like to switch it up every so often to keep it fresh and funky and ultimately keep you on your toes. Your actions and interactions with the world at large. You've got the 8 of Pentacles. It is all about work. It is all about the work. Right, this week, and your path very much sees you focused on your work, on the people that you're connecting with. It does look like there is collaboration in the air, but there's something about this week that sees you wanting to upskill. It's almost like you're saying to yourself, right, okay, I understand where I'm going to need to outsource, but what is it that I need to know to be able to do what I'm doing better? This is about your, your actions and interactions. Is about your path. It's about the way that you move forward. And the 8 of Pentacles is all about work. So this is about you asking yourself, what can I do to make my circumstances or my situation better? What is it that I can do at work, in the job, to make my situation better? And ultimately, have I reached the ceiling? This is about you asking yourself why. It's great when you reach a plateau. Like a lot of people say, like, oh, I don't like it when it slows down. And that's fine. I totally understand that. But when you reach that plateau, that's the chance for you to look back and say, wow, do you remember when you wanted to be here? And now that you're here, you're like, oh, okay, I can't wait to be on to the next thing. Take a moment just to really get clear on what it is that you need to do, and ultimately who it is that you really do want to collaborate with. All right. So your communications with the world at large, you got the Tower. All right, so possibly some shocking news coming in this week. It may come from a colleague. This might be to do with your work. It might be to do with your work life or your professional life. Very possible with this. The fact that you've got the Tower card in the communications, it feels for me like this is information that's coming to you, and it might very well be news that is shocking. It might be that the company is evolving. It might be that there might be some layoffs going on. There's something about your work life or your work environment that is about to change, is about to shift. It might be that somebody decides to leave, and it might be very sudden to you. It might not be sudden to them. It might be something that's been percolating for them for a while, but the way that it comes across will be quite sort of like, oh, okay, that's a surprise. I didn't expect that. The fact that you've got this in your communications as well does suggest to me that you will have a big realization in the course of, or through the course of, a conversation this week. It might be how somebody views you. It might be how, that your view of yourself is at odds with how somebody else sees you. Ultimately, although the world is a mirror for us, only we can truly define ourselves. All right, so just keep that in mind. Your your money and materials, you've got the 4 of Wands, right? Very interesting, because these cards have come up already, and in similar positions as well for Taurus. So this makes me wonder straight away what's going on for the fixed signs. You've got the 4 of Wands in your money and materials, right? So finances look good. There could be spontaneous bouts of finances that come. For some of you, this could be, that there is, maybe you get news of a pay rise. Maybe you get news that there's going to be a bonus. Doesn't have to, when you see the Tower, the shock doesn't always have to be kind of like, oh, my world is ending. I feel like this is to do with a collaboration. I really do, because that's the feeling that I got from the 8 of Pentacles, even though that doesn't necessarily talk about those things. I feel like there's going to be some sort of offer this week that could really see you get ahead, that could really see you make some kind of advancement. My only thing is, obviously, we do have that lunar eclipse coming up, so there might be intensity around this. I don't feel like you'll have time to procrastinate, and I've said this for a lot of the signs. This year, your work, the way that you do everything has to be slow and steady, but some of the decisions that you choose, you might have to choose really quickly, all right? But the Four of Wands, this is good news when it comes to money, when it comes to finances. You could see an upswing in finances, but you could also get some sort of a, almost like somebody says to you, look, you know what, I really like you for A, B, and C, and they push you forward for it. In your heart and half, you've got the Six of Wands, right? So for those of you that are single, this looks like you're taking a huge step forward. It does feel for me like Leos are going to be the one that are doing the seeking. It's like you're turning on the Leo prowl, right? You've got somebody in your sights. Maybe that's been part of your resolution or your decade dedication to be more decisive and active when it comes to, pursuing partners and stuff. The fact that you got the Six of Wands suggests that if you've got your eye on someone and you ask them this week, the chances are you could very well get a good result. You could, Six of Wands is victory after all. For those of you that are partnered, this looks really great. I mean, it really does suggest there's something great happening for you and your partner. The relationship itself looks good, but it looks like something really great is happening for your other half. So whoever your partner is, for those of you that are partnered, this is going to be a really good week for them. And it's almost like whatever you both bring to the table is about to go for an upswing. So this could be that both of you get a pay rise at the same time. It could be that, maybe one of you comes into a small bit of money just at the same time that the other one gets a pay rise. The only thing that I will say to you is, because you've got the Tower card there, it may be fleeting. So just be sure to utilize it in the best way. And sometimes the best way is just to save it, right? So keep that in mind this week. Very interesting. And finally, your key to the month. What's that extra tidbit that you need to know? You've got the Emperor. This could be a very excuse me, sorry, you'll have to forgive the throat and all the rest of it. This week, right, with the Emperor card, this could really see you committing yourself to something like never before. It could see you really moving down a specific path. It could see you making a decision, whether this is about schooling, we talked about upskilling, getting more information, deciding to go back to school, because the Emperor is, very often it's the institutions, right? This could see you really aligning yourself with a very powerful person, somebody that wants to be a mentor to you, somebody that wants to, that likes what you do or sees what you do and says, yeah, you know what, I can work with that person. It's almost like this week you're kind of being spotted for being a diamond in the rough, because you want to upskill. And it might be that someone says to you, actually, you don't really need to upskill. You just need to adjust and tweak some of your, some of the ways that you're doing things going forward, which is really exciting. Keep me in the loop. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.